US-Pakistan relations are undergoing a significant shift in President Donald Trump's second term. It started back in the summer with Operation Sindoor, the four-day war between India and Pakistan, which Trump has claimed now more than 50 occasions that he helped mediate and stop. India has denied that claim, while Pakistan has wholeheartedly welcomed it. Pakistan has even nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Today, again, I would like to nominate this great president for Nobel Peace Prize because I genuinely feel that he is the most genuine and most wonderful candidate for Peace Prize because he has brought not only peace in South Asia, saved millions of people, their lives.
Pakistani officials have clearly appealed to Trump's ego and to Trump's sensibilities. They've offered him a broad range of offers, from access to rare earth minerals, investments in cryptocurrency, and most recently even offered to give him a port on the Arabian Sea. To the businessman that is Trump, this is like a loyal business wooing a client, and Trump loves to be wooed.
Prime Minister Sharif of Pakistan, and also, I have to say, my favorite Field Marshal from Pakistan, who's not here, but the Prime Minister is here, and you're going to give his regards. Where are you? There you go. Thank you very much.
However, history shows that the hopes of any reliable and mutually beneficial relationship between the United States and Pakistan always ends in disappointment. Beginning with Pakistan's first Prime Minister, Liaquat Ali Khan, right from the 1950s, Islamabad courted Washington by asserting that it could serve as a bulwark against communism in South Asia. Keen on containing Soviet expansion, the then US President Dwight Eisenhower went along. India at that time was more aligned with the USSR under both Nehru and Indira Gandhi. Pakistan wanted to draw America into South Asia primarily to balance off Indian power because of the Kashmir dispute. As a result, India has long been wary of any American role in Pakistan, much less any kind of military alliance. The 1971 East Pakistan crisis, which led to the creation of modern-day Bangladesh, dramatically reinforced India's misgivings. The then US President Richard Nixon tilted towards Pakistan and against India. He even sent a bunch of ships from the US 7th Fleet out into the Bay of Bengal to intimidate New Delhi and demonstrate support for Islamabad. But Pakistan lost that war, and Bangladesh was created, and the US-Pakistan relationship withered. In the wake of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in the late 1970s, the then US President Ronald Reagan turned to Pakistan again. The then Pakistani military dictator Zia-ul-Haq partnered with Reagan, and they were able to chase away the Soviets using the newly formed Mujahideen, or the Taliban, who later went on to become a big problem for America. But the Soviets got chased out. 20 years later, 9/11 happened, and the perpetrator behind the worst terrorist attack on American soil, Osama bin Laden, was traced back to the mountains of Afghanistan. The then American President George W. Bush took the help of another Pakistani general, Pervez Musharraf, and made Pakistan a major non-NATO ally in the war on terror. That ended with the Americans discovering their enemy number one. The man who they had launched a global hunt for was found in a military garrison town in Pakistan, not far from their capital, Islamabad. Pakistan then was relegated to the doghouse for much of Trump's first term and through much of Biden's term as well. But now that has changed in Trump 2.0. Although Trump officials insist that this has nothing to do with India. This growing bonhomie between Islamabad and Washington has naturally irked India. It has also appended what was a carefully crafted strategic partnership between Delhi and Washington over the last 25 years. Trump is now throwing that strategic logic and the strategic partnership out the window. From India's standpoint, the first distressing move came right after Operation Sindoor, when Trump announced to the world that the hostilities between India and Pakistan had ended even before any Indian official could make an official statement. Trump then went on to claim that he was the one who had mediated between India and Pakistan, a claim that he has gone on to repeat more than 50 times in the last 6 months, but one that India stoutly denies.
India, Pakistan were going at it, two nuclear powers, and serious nuclear, 7 planes shot down. They were ready to go, and I called them up. I said, you go to war, and we're not doing a trade deal. And they said, well, what does one thing have to do with the other? I said, it has a lot. You're nuclear powers. And if you do it, we're not doing a trade deal. And 24 hours later, they called me, we have decided not to do it. We stopped the war. We stopped the potential disaster, a nuclear disaster, because of trade.
Then in June, Trump invited Pakistani Army Chief Asim Munir to the White House and hosted him for an official lunch. There was a testy phone call with Prime Minister Modi, who refused to fall for Trump's trap. Then in July and August, India was slapped with 2 sets of punitive tariffs of 25% each. India is the only country in the world, along with Brazil, which is paying a 50% tariff for exports into America. It is yet to clinch a trade deal with America, while Pakistan has been granted a rather benign 19% tariff. Trump has responded favorably to Pakistani gestures, including partnering with a family-backed cryptocurrency enterprise, nominating the US president for the Nobel Peace Prize, and offering to allow American firms to excavate rare earths from Pakistan. Pakistan has also offered a remote fishing village in the Arabian Sea to the Americans to develop so that they can ship rare earths extracted from Pakistan directly to America. All of these developments seem to reflect that Trump is currently enamored by Pakistan. But Pakistan is highly unlikely to leave China, which is its all-weather friend, nor is it likely to stop its support for cross-border terrorism, something which has come to bite it, as was seen in the recent flare-up between Afghanistan and Pakistan, something that Qatar and Turkey had to mediate and bring peace to. Trump has also offered to mediate between Afghanistan and Pakistan, but the reality is that Pakistan is squeezed by a much bigger power in the region, in India. And more importantly, Pakistan's economy is 1/10 of the size of India and is still very much in the doldrums. Until this fundamental economic fact changes, the geostrategic calculus will also not change in any fundamental way. So Trump's love affair with Munir might just be a passing phase.
Fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.